I was like, yes! Yes! Oh! All right, let's go!
More than 20 years after School of Rock became a fan favorite, the cast ended up on wildly different paths. One became a TV superstar, one faced serious personal struggles, and one heartbreaking loss still hits fans hard today. Kevin Alexander Clark was born on December 3, 1988, and played Freddie Jones, the rebellious drummer whose energy helped make School of Rock unforgettable. He was only 14 during filming, but his drumming felt authentic because music was already a huge part of his real life. After the movie, Kevin avoided Hollywood attention and focused mostly on performing with local bands around Chicago. Friends and former castmates often described him as grounded, funny, and deeply passionate about music. Tragically, in May 2021, Kevin was struck by a car while riding his bicycle through Chicago just days after playing a live show with his band Jess Bess and the Intentions. He passed away at only 32 years old. His death shocked longtime fans, and emotional tributes from former co-stars reminded many people how close the School of Rock cast still remained decades later. Rivka Reyes was born on August 18, 1992, and played Katie, the quiet bassist whose deadpan personality became a fan favorite over the years. Rivka was only 11 during production, and originally came from a strong music background before landing the role. While many viewers assumed the cast lived perfect lives after the film became a classic, Rivka later shared that the years after Fame were incredibly difficult. They openly discussed struggling with addiction, mental health issues, eating disorders, and alcohol abuse while growing up in the public eye. In later interviews and performances, Rivka explained how difficult it was trying to process childhood fame while also dealing with personal identity struggles and emotional isolation. After entering recovery in 2018, things slowly began changing direction. Rivka returned to performing through comedy music, podcasting, and smaller acting projects. Joey Gatos Jr. was born on April 18, 1991, and played Zach, the talented lead guitarist whose quiet confidence made the student band feel believable. He was 12 years old during filming and already had impressive guitar skills before joining the movie. Unlike several castmates who stayed connected to entertainment, Joey mostly disappeared from public attention after the film and focused heavily on music instead of acting. For years, fans rarely heard updates about him, which only increased curiosity surrounding where life took him after childhood fame. In 2019, however, his name unexpectedly returned to headlines after reports connected him to multiple theft accusations involving guitars and amplifiers from Florida music stores. According to authorities at the time, Joey allegedly entered stores pretending to test equipment before leaving with it. He later entered a diversion program connected to the legal situation and has remained largely private ever since. Alicia Allen was born on April 2020. And played Alicia, the calm and stylish keyboard player in the band. She was only 12 during filming, but already had acting experience before joining School of Rock. While many former child actors continued chasing Hollywood careers, Alicia chose a very different direction after growing up. She gradually stepped away from entertainment and focused intensely on education instead. Over the years, she earned degrees from both Pace University and Columbia University before eventually becoming a licensed speech-language pathologist. That career path surprised many fans because it moved so far away from acting and celebrity culture. Today, her work centers on helping people improve communication and speech development skills, giving her a meaningful impact outside television and movies. Her story became one of the strongest examples of a former child actor successfully building a stable and private adult life. Jordan Claire Green was born on October 31, 1991, and played Michelle, one of the backup singers in the class band. During filming, she brought a calm, natural energy to the group scenes, even though her role was smaller compared to some of the other students. After the movie, however, Jordan Claire slowly faded away from acting and kept an extremely private life. Unlike many former child stars who remain active online, very little information about her personal life has surfaced publicly over the years. Fans occasionally spot her attending reunion events with former castmates, which proves the connections from the film still exist decades later. But outside of that, she has largely stayed away from interviews and entertainment coverage. In a strange way, that mystery only made longtime viewers more curious about what happened to her after the camera stopped rolling. Miranda Cosgrove was born on May 14, 1993, and played Summer Hathaway, the bossy but brilliant band manager who quickly became one of the funniest characters in School of Rock. She was only 10 years old during filming, yet her timing and confidence already stood out. Unlike many child actors who faded away, Miranda built one of the biggest careers from the entire cast. A few years later, iCarly turned her into a global teen star. She also voiced Margot in the hugely successful Despicable Me movies and continued working steadily into adulthood. By 2026, she remained active in television and film while maintaining one of the cleanest public images among former child stars. But another cast member chose a completely opposite path after the movie ended. Robert Sy was born on January 22, 1990, and played Lawrence, the shy keyboard player, constantly trying to prove he was cool. He was around 13 during production, and his awkward delivery became one of the movie's most quotable running jokes. After the film, Robert quietly stepped away from acting and focused heavily on academics instead. He later graduated from Dartmouth University, one of the most respected schools in America. Unlike many former child actors who chased fame, Robert appeared perfectly comfortable living outside Hollywood attention. He still played piano over the years, but more as a personal passion than a professional career. Fans often say his real-life story strangely mirrors Lawrence himself, intelligent, reserved unto weight, and unexpectedly impressive once people looked deeper. Mariam Hassan was born on January 27, 1993, and played Tomika, the quiet student whose powerful singing voice stunned audiences inside the movie. She was just 10 years old during filming, but her big vocal scenes became some of the most emotional moments in the entire film. After School of Rock, Mariam largely stepped away from acting and kept her personal life extremely private. Unlike some former castmates who stayed connected to Hollywood, she focused more on music and eventually performed under the name Myronate. Because she rarely gives interviews or appears publicly, fans spent years wondering what happened to her. That mystery only increased interest in her story online. Even now, many viewers still consider Tomika's performance one of the strongest musical moments in the movie. And while Mariam stayed private, another actor remained connected to theater almost his entire life. Adam Pascal was born on October 25, 1970, and played Theo, the arrogant lead singer of the rival band No Vacancy. He was already well known before joining the movie thanks to his legendary Broadway role in Rent. During filming, he was 32 years old and brought real rock star energy to every scene. Unlike many actors who move between industries, Adam never fully left theater behind. Over the years, he continued starring in major stage productions, including Jesus Christ Superstar, while also performing live concerts and cabaret shows. By 2026, he was still respected as one of Broadway's recognizable voices. His long-lasting stage career gave him one of the most stable professional paths connected to the film. Caitlin Hale was born on February 19, 1991, and played Marta, one of the backup singers in the student band. She was 12 during filming and already had experience in children's television before joining the movie. After School of Rock, Caitlin made a surprising career change by leaving entertainment behind completely. Instead of auditions and acting roles, she trained in medical imaging and became a qualified OBGYN sonographer. Fans were shocked seeing how different her adult life became compared to her childhood fame. However, the School of Rock connection never fully disappeared. In January 2025, she married fellow cast member Angelo Massagli, who played Frankie in the film. Several former castmates attended the wedding, proving the friendships from the movie still survived more than 2 decades later. And fittingly, Angelo's own story ended up closely tied to hers. Angelo Massagli was born on January 1, 1992, and played Frankie, one of the tougher kids in Dewey's class. He was around 11 during filming and later appeared in several television projects before eventually stepping away from acting professionally. Unlike some child actors who stayed in front of cameras, Angelo focused more on education and private life as he got older. Even though he avoided Hollywood fame, School of Rock still remained an important part of his story because it ultimately led him back to Caitlin Hale years later. Their 2025 wedding became a major nostalgic moment for longtime fans after photos showed cast reunions from the film. Seeing so many former classmates together again reminded viewers how close this cast remained after all these years. Jack Black was born on August 28, 1969, and played Dewey Finn, the struggling rocker whose wild teaching methods turned School of Rock into a classic. He was 33 during filming, and many fans still consider this one of the defining performances of his entire career. After the movie's success, Jack continued building a huge Hollywood resume with comedy hits, voice acting, and Maori music through Tenacious D. In 2024, however, the band faced backlash after controversial comments made during a live show in Australia, leading Jack to pause future tour plans. Even with that situation, his popularity remained strong in 2026. He stayed active in movies, online content, and music, while maintaining the loud, unpredictable personality audiences have associated with him for decades. Joan Cusack was born on October 11, 1962, and played Principal Rosalie Mullins, the strict school administrator secretly obsessed with rock music. She was 40 during filming and delivered one of the movie's funniest transformations as her character slowly opened up around Dewey. Unlike many Hollywood stars surrounded by constant drama, Joan built a reputation for living a relatively private and stable life. She married attorney Richard Burke back in 1993, and the couple raised 2 sons together while she continued acting steadily for years. After School of Rock, she appeared in projects like Shameless and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. By 2026, she remained respected as one of the most dependable character actresses of her generation. Mike White was born on June 28, 1970, and played Ned Schneebly Dewey's frustrated roommate whose identity gets stolen in the movie. He was 33 during filming, but behind the scenes he was already the creative mind responsible for writing the screenplay itself. While School of Rock became a huge milestone, Mike later reached another level of success entirely through television. He created The White Lotus, one of the most talked-about shows of the 2020s, earning major awards and critical praise. Fans who revisit School of Rock today are often surprised realizing the same person behind its humor later created such sharp modern drama and satire. Despite becoming extremely successful, Mike kept much of his private life out of headlines. Sarah Silverman was born on December 1, 1970, and played Patty DeMarco Dewey's impatient girlfriend who practically wanted him out of the apartment from the beginning. She was 32 during filming and brought her trademark sarcastic delivery to the role. Long before social media became dominant, Sarah was already known for provocative comedy that regularly sparked strong reactions. Over the years, she continued building a successful career through stand-up television podcasts and political commentary. Some older comedy material later became controversial online, including a sketch involving blackface that she publicly said she regretted. Even with criticism, Sarah remained active and outspoken in entertainment through 2026. Many fans still say Patty was one of the most underrated comedic characters in the movie because of how perfectly she clashed with Dewey's chaotic personality. Veronica Afflerbach was born on August 8, 1992, and played Eleni, one of the student vocalists in the band. She was only 11 during filming and appeared throughout several ensemble scenes that helped make the classroom feel believable and energetic. Unlike some cast members who stayed connected to entertainment, Veronica quietly disappeared from public attention after the movie. Very little verified information about her later life has surfaced online, which made her one of the most mysterious former child actors connected to School of Rock. Even longtime fans struggle to find recent interviews or public appearances involving her. Still cast reunion photos over the years suggest she remained on good terms with several former co-stars. That lingering mystery keeps viewers curious even decades later. Lucas Papaelias was born on September 18, 1976, and played Neil, the exhausted road manager, constantly trying to survive Dewey Finn's chaos. He was 27 during filming and already had experience working in theater before joining the movie. Unlike the younger cast members discovering fame for the first time, Lucas approached acting more as a long-term craft than a celebrity lifestyle. After School of Rock, he continued performing primarily in stage productions around New York instead of chasing blockbuster film roles. Because of that choice, many casual fans lost track of him completely over the years. Still, his scenes in the movie remain memorable because Neil often represented the only voice of reason in Dewey's ridiculous world. Looking back now, the entire cast took wildly different paths after the film ended, which may be the biggest reason people still love revisiting this story more than 20 years later. More than 2 decades later, School of Rock still means far more to fans than just another comedy movie. Some cast members became major stars, some quietly built lives outside Hollywood, and others faced painful personal struggles along the way. That mix of success, tragedy, nostalgia, and unexpected life choices is exactly why people still love revisiting this cast in 2026. Even after all these years, the movie's energy and heart continue connecting generations of viewers. If you enjoyed looking back at the School of Rock cast, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which actor's journey surprised you the most.